Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. So I did decide actually to record this because I sat there for 4 days, I think, from the last upload I had, and I was like, well, you know, I don't know. So anyway, there are 2 modes here for Tropical Freeze: Funky Mode and Original Mode. So Funky Mode is the casual scrub mode we're going to be doing, Original Mode, and we're also going to be using default controls here. No motion, thank you. We're going to be playing in single player, and this game is significantly easier than the first one. The bosses are definitely harder, I think, just because they're a lot longer. They're way more tedious, but they're still easier to defeat, especially easier than the final boss of whatever that last game I just played was, the original Donkey Kong. Now, if you saw there with my original file, I have 93% completion, so maybe I'll do the Kong levels, because I already have them all unlocked in the first file, but I doubt I'm getting all the Kong letters in this game again. And as we saw there, we get completely frozen on our tropical island and then thrown into a Madagascar airplane. So it's going to be a little bit weird playing this with an actual controller instead of the motion controls. Hopefully it's not too bad. Let's see if I can figure out what the... Okay, I think we got most of the controls. Right away, we do got a place like this that has a balloon for us. If I could collect it, thank you. So the main thing that makes this game easier, not only is the game shorter, but the levels like the minecart levels and the rocket levels, you get 2 hits to die instead of just 1, and there's just a whole bunch of other reasons why the game is easier. Now you do have a couple of swimming levels, and there's one swimming level in particular later on that I am not looking forward to, because it is pretty challenging, but from what I'm well remembering, I think it was only challenging because I was trying to get all the Kong letters, and it's a swimming level where there are no checkpoints, so you have to get them all at once, and you just, well, I'll complain about it when we get there, I'm sure. But not only does this game look better in every single way than the first Donkey Kong Country Returns game, I kind of feel like it might be better even if it's a little bit easier. And by a little bit, I mean a lot of bit easier. It's yeah, it's gonna be kind of amazing how much of a breeze the levels are gonna be compared to the first game. But having said that, the bosses might trip me up a heck of a lot more because they are longer. I think each boss needs 9 hits to die. And I don't remember, I pretty well remember most of them, but doing them perfectly this long, or this far, I don't know what the right phrase is here that I'm trying to say, but this long I've been waiting from the last time I played the game, I guess. Trying to do them perfectly is going to be a little bit challenging. But we also get a few new things, like, I think this is just Dixie, Diddy, okay, this one's Diddy. And we're gonna get Dixie and Cranky Kong, and Dixie's probably my favorite because she seems to have pretty good recovery. She can really pull you back from a failed jump, which is something that the other guys can't do as well, I feel like. But Cranky Kong is also ridiculously good if you don't let yourself get hit by anything when you are playing as him. So oops, oh, wrong button. It's gonna take me a second to get used to the Switch controls. And again, there's one of those Kong letters that are just like, oh, I guess we can do that, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're supposed to grab that. Now the thing this game loves to do over the first one is, instead of, oh wait, I think I can throw these at those, can't I? I think instead, darn it. Whatever, we're not getting all the Kong letters anyway, that's also going to make it easier. So anyway, instead of buying keys to access to other levels, I think all the secret levels are hidden inside of levels, and some of those are a little bit hard to get to because you need someone like Dixie Kong, or it's just significantly easier with Dixie Kong, and to get her you have to actually buy her outside of the level and then do the whole like good 2/3 of the level without dying. You have to do all of that without dying so you can keep Dixie, so you can actually use her to unlock the secret level. Now I don't know how many of those I'm gonna bother doing again. Oh darn it, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. More Diddy Kong, as you've kind of told, though I've taken like no damage, and that's pretty unusual for a Donkey Kong Country Returns game. Oh, there we go, as I say that though. Penguins are going to be an issue for sure. Some of them get more annoying as time goes on. But for the most part, they're not really unreasonably difficult. I like the penguins, and I like this game a lot. The graphics are amazing. The music is like just... It always surprises me when it comes to Nintendo games. It's just the level of music they've got, it just beats everybody, except maybe Blizzard games. Blizzard games have pretty good music. Although these days, that's about all Blizzard games have anymore. Oh boy. Okay. So we can stomp on this, dang it, penguin, and pick him up, and we can throw him... Well, if I was better at throwing stuff, I would actually be hitting anything. But let's grab this barrel. The penguin's probably back. Nope. Come on, Diddy Barrel. And there we go. So that's 3 letters, even though I did miss the first or the second one because I couldn't hit the L and R. Oh yeah, that. Something that I think I only ever used at this exact time right here. So when that bar up next to my health fills up, you push L and R and it turns everyone on the screen into balloons, I guess. I think I've only ever used that in my entire life during this level. I don't think I've ever actually used it again. And right from the start, we're at 13 balloons, so they really grant you with the lives a lot quicker in this game than the last one. And that whole beginning was just about 10 minutes, so I don't even know if this game is longer than the first one. It might be a little bit shorter just because it's easier. Now, I keep saying it's easier, right? Maybe I'll get to a point where it's not so easy. So this is also on the Nintendo Switch. It's also on the Wii U, and it came from the Wii U. I guess they re-released it on the Switch because they realized not a whole lot of people bought it on the Wii U, and I was kind of hoping they would release it on the Switch, and I was a little bit hesitant to buy it twice, which is the only thing stopping me from buying Mario Kart 8 again. Is like I've already, you know, owned it. I already have it on the Wii U. I don't really want to pay $60 twice for it on the Switch. But for this one, I had to go travel the other day, or not the other day, but the other year. I had to go on a big traveling trip, and I wanted something to play, and this was there. So I was like, you know what? I won't mind taking Donkey Kong with me again for another $60. Okay, so this is Dixie Kong, yep. And Dixie is cool because you can jump and she'll lift you up in the air a little bit. So it's just a lot nicer than Diddy Kong when it comes to saving you. And I was trying to roll there. Oh, of course they say she's better, and yet I can't make this jump. There we go. See, it's stuff like that that you can just accomplish, except you gotta get used to the game before you can really be good at it again. Up. There we go. Okay. I'm a little bit... Oh, this part... Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of a different part. But anyway, I got really used to using the motion controls because they are a lot more sensitive than the button presses, I guess. So I was kind of trying to do that with my Switch controllers. And I think you can enable those, but they're not very good on the Switch because there's no sensor bar, obviously. They're just kind of gyro controls. I don't like the motion controls at all. The only game on the Switch that I think was okay with them was Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and even then I got annoyed anytime I had to use them. I don't know. I mean, Zelda did a pretty good job, but I still was just like, you know, they could have done without it, and I think this game would have been just as good.